See my screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So again, thank you for coming, everyone, and for your interest. We are recording this meeting so people can refer back to it in the future as well. And why we're here today, we have made a lot of changes in the past few months as we've gone on this journey to become part of the Autism Society of America. And Judi and I are just beyond excited to share what's going on with you, how we got here, and what we're looking forward to in the future. So please, if you have any questions, feel free to interrupt. We will have time at the end for questions, and you can also put them in chat. But this is a very informal sharing discussion. So our agenda today is to welcome you all and show what we're doing, which is giving our history, where we've been, where we're going, and all the wonderful support we're getting from Autism Society of America and all the affiliates. We'll talk about the decision, why it was made, why we chose Autism Society of America, and they chose us back, how the affiliates work with us, implementation of the change, and then Autism Society of America has graciously come to speak to you as well to share who they are and who their affiliates are and what they do. And then we'll close with how this impacts you. What's staying the same? What's changing? Where are we going? And how we'll engage with national affiliate partnerships and servicing Orange County. Then we'll end with more questions. So, Judi, I'll hand it over to you.
Thanks, Robin, and thanks everybody for being here. Take us on a little bit of a tour of our history, and that helps you understand why are we where we are and why did we make decisions we made. So back in 2003 at an IHOP in Irvine that doesn't exist anymore, a group of people, I wasn't one of them, were meeting regularly, and they called themselves the Autism Spectrum of Support. There are members of our group that are still, that were part of that initial team. Rodney is one of them. There's a number of people that have been a part of our group since the very beginning. But that's where it started. And there were a lot of different people. I wasn't one of them that was involved in the group. Then in 2011, they became more structured and they became an official 501c3. And also at that point, the name was changed to the Orange County Asperger Support Group with a mission of serving high functioning autism, Asperger's, and PDD NOS. Now, just so you know, I started my engagement with the group in 2012. It's not on the slide, but that's when I did my speechcraft and introduced Toastmasters to the Orange County Asperger Support Group. And it was that was how I became affiliated with the group. I had known about them, but I only became involved because I wanted to do Toastmasters and autism. In 2013, the DSM, which is the publication of all the different disabilities, so the DSM-5 removed Asperger's as a diagnosis. And what they did at that point was they just came up with a broad definition of autism. Asperger's went underneath that, and they had introduced the level 1, level 2, level 3. So this was happening in the world at large. In 2014, I was asked to become a member of the OCSG board, and I became a member. And then in 2015, Deborah Smith, who had been the president when I was doing my Toastmasters program initially, decided to form the Autistic Resource Mom. And so she started that group. She took about over half of the board members with her. And I was there in the room alone with Steve Henry, with Stephen, with Scott Brown. And we were saying, okay, well, how do we move forward? And they told me I had to be president. So I became president in 2016. And that was the beginning of a 10-year term that I served as president of the organization. And it was really initially about rebuilding the organization, because with Deborah leaving and taking a number of the key players, I had to build a new board. I had to, there were volunteers doing different things, and I had to figure out how to run this organization moving forward. Because I have a background in software, I said everything was on spreadsheets and didn't seem very secure. We were using Yahoo groups where everybody was getting notices of security breaches. So I changed. The first thing I did was work on implementing Member Planet as our backbone for managing the organization. Key person involved with me in that and also helpful was the person who originally asked me to be on the board was Linda Henry. She had been secretary for OCSG, and she's has been a very good friend of mine throughout the years. So she agreed to help me implement Member Planet, which we did and introduced in 2017. And that was really key for us because it does all our accounting, it does our member management, it does our events, it does all our communication. So it served as a good framework or platform for running our group. In 2019, we introduced a new website and refreshed our website. And then in 2020, what happened? COVID. And so we were very quick to respond to COVID and moved into really a virtual format where we did so many different wonderful things. We had game nights, we had cooking classes, we had art classes. We were really trying to engage our community through the pandemic. But I was lucky. Just before that, I met Robbin, and Robbin and Aaron joined our organization, Aaron as a social coordinator, and Robbin joined the board and really helped me run the organization from 2020 on. And it was really helpful for me to have a partner. We've done so many wonderful things throughout the years. We did career club a couple times. We've had executive functioning workshops. We've had lots. We got some grants, and one of the grants we got was around autism and entertainment. In 2022, I formed the Autism and Entertainment Work Group, which is an initiative of the Autism Society Orange County, and that initiative is about increasing employment for individuals on the spectrum who have a talent and are interested in careers in the entertainment industry. And so we formed and we got a grant from the Department of Developmental Services. And then in 2024, we put on our conference. In 2025, I knew that I needed to make a change in my life. I knew I could not continue to be president of OCSG and run Autism and Entertainment and help my husband be retired. I was supposed to be retired, but this doesn't really look like retirement to me. And so I started looking around for a replacement. And I was thrilled when Robbin, who had taken the year off for personal reasons, agreed to be the president of the organization. And in talking to Robbin about her vision for the organization, it was clear that a guideline about our mission that we had been living around for the last 20 plus years around just focusing on high functioning autism, Asperger's, and PDD, NOS was not really where Robbin wanted to go. She wanted to widen who we supported. And so we started our journey in looking at Autism Society of Orange County. We also introduced our enhanced website at the beginning of the year. Robbin, you want to go to the next slide, please? So let's talk about the decision about changing who we are in terms of our identity. I had mentioned that the DSM removed Asperger's. So we've been, ever since I've been president, Asperger's hasn't been a diagnosis that was recognized. A lot of people love the diagnosis because they kind of feel like it really well defines them and like you calling themselves Aspies and see that as part of their identity. But in working with the broader world, I ran into problems. Occasionally I would get irate calls and emails from people complaining about the use of the term Asperger's because Asperger, who came up with the diagnosis, had was from Austria and had a history of having worked with the Nazis. And there were some sad things that happened during World War II related to treatment of people with intellectual disabilities. And so people would really want us to change our name. It was also confusing because as I tried to do fundraising and go to corporations and get support for us so that we could grow, I'd have to spend so much time defending our name, explaining our name, and talking about who we serve, etc. And so I knew that it was a problem, but I must tell you that my focus as president has always been on serving you, has been trying to deliver great programming, trying to meet your needs. And so the focus has not been on changing the brand. It was always out there, but I just didn't have time. And having done it now, I know that um, that it takes a lot of time and energy to do a brand change. There was a question out there, Robbin. Who was that from? Did somebody have a question? I'm happy to take one.
Oh, that was me. We're talking about how people wanted to like take out Asperger's as like the name of the kind of condition or diagnosis. So was it mainly out of the context of like Asperger himself more than just the symptoms and requirements of the condition?
I can't really answer that because I don't really know what went behind the decision. I think that in general, and maybe somebody else, maybe some of our friends from Autism Society of America could do a better job of answering it. Kind of think that as you know, we're now 1 in 31 people have autism. And I think if you look at it as holistically as a diagnosis, it increases the number and helps you have focus. And I think they probably felt that, to get the focus you need on the diagnosis, having it all under one name made more sense. But that was a decision made by people that, we something to read up on, Danya. And if you can find out more, I'd love to know. But it just is something that happened. Does anyone have any more to add on that might have more context? Okay. Any other questions?
Earlier I was gonna ask when they want to remove Asperger's, was it like at this time they wanted to replace it with high functioning autism, or was it
No,
just like they
no.
wanted
High
them to
functioning
be
autism went away as well, and instead it was
all day?
replaced by levels.
Oh, okay, so just levels. All right, all right, all
Yeah.
right.
Okay. Thank you. Any other questions? Okay. So with me and Robbin having conversations about her taking over and her visions, and I'll let her talk more about that. One of the things we talked about at that point was she really was anxious for us to do the brand change. And so I kind of said, okay, I'll work with you on this as part of the transition. So next slide, please. Okay, Robbin, I think it's your turn. Or
Yes. Okay. So why Autism Society of America? So Judi had been working with them as part of Autism and Entertainment and had thought, how about if we work with them? So Judi and I started talking to affiliate people and we started researching their organization and we realized that their mission, which is to create connections, empowering everyone in the autism community with the resources needed to live fully, was very similar to our mission to create connections, empowering. Oh, sorry, I copied that. Wrong copy. Sorry. To equip you with the tools, community, and confidence to take control of your journey, empowering you to make decisions, grow skills, and shape life on your own terms. So when we realized that we're both going in the same direction with the same mission, we just needed to change our name and to start serving the entire autism community. Now, that sounded like a very huge change, and admittedly, we were a little bit scared. But the more we talked to the affiliates that were in California, we realized that they were similar to us. They were people in the community parents, and family members that wanted to help the autistic community. There was such a kinship, friendship, and working together that we said we could be part of this. We also loved that the affiliates are able to do their own thing. So we have a similar mission, we have the same goals and the same strategies, but we can implement them in different ways based on where we are geographically. So we would be able to continue to do the same programming that we do now and just add to it. We wouldn't have to stop anything or change anything or deny service to anyone we're currently serving. So being able to serve together with the other affiliates and also have our individual flavor for Orange County, it was just a perfect match in our opinion. So Judi, this is your part.
Okay, so after Robbin and I had made initial evaluation, we came back to our board and they were involved the whole process of looking for a successor and then thinking about the Autism Society of Orange County, Autism Society Orange County as a strategy. And so we got a board resolution. We had to go through, we first had gotten a contingent approval from the Autism Society of America, and you'll meet them very shortly, and we're looking forward to you hearing from Nicole and Peter and Joe. And they gave us a contingent approval and outlined a process that we had to follow. So there was a legal effort that we've been going through. We brought on a public counsel, which is a third-party nonprofit attorney service that helped us with the name change. We had to update our bylaws and articles of incorporation. We had to submit to the state of California, the Secretary of State, which we in February we got approval by them. And then we're in the process of notifying everyone. We've notified everyone, but we're still waiting for the IRS to process our name change. We executed an agreement with Autism Society of America. That was probably one of the easiest things we had to do. We notified you folks. We updated our website, Member Planet, social media, and there's still loose ends. So if you see an OCASG somewhere, be sure and tell Robbin and I so that we can figure out. It's a little bit like whack-a-mole right now to figure out where exactly have we missed. We've updated a lot of our vendors, not all of them. We're kind of in this state of needing that IRS name change to go through so that we're officially a 501c3 with our name, Autism Society Orange County. And then we will be continuing to communicate and get the word out about our new name. Any questions on the process? This is a little bit of the sausage factory stuff, but I thought there might be some people who want to know. And it's been a lot of work. And so when I was scared to do it before, because I saw it as a lot of work, I was right. Next slide, Robbin. I think.
Schwartz. I'm Vice President of Affiliate Relations for the Autism Society of America. It's really excited to be here and talk with all of you and welcome the Autism Society Orange County as our newest affiliate. I'm a dad of a 24-year-old son on the spectrum and a 11-year-old stepson.
Hi. Well, good afternoon, everyone. And Judi and Robbin, I really want to thank you so much for that overview and the history. That was fascinating. And I really appreciate, learning the whole background about your organization and how you've evolved. And, I congratulate you on such a great track record. And so it's a real pleasure to be on the meeting today. And I'd like to, can everyone see me or hear me?
Yes, we can hear you fine, Joe. Thank you.
Okay, good. So I want to thank everyone for being here today, and I really want to, I know at the Autism Society of America, we are just absolutely thrilled to welcome Orange County into our organization, and we're much better, much stronger organization today, thanks to your addition. And we really appreciate you, doing such a great job of vetting and doing your due diligence and, determining that this was the right fit. And we completely agree. Just a few words about the Autism Society, and I don't want to steal Nicole's thunder, but just wanted to give you a little feedback on we are a grassroots organization, so we're all about our affiliates. So the Autism Society of Orange County and all of our other affiliates across California and across the United States are the reason the Autism Society of America exists. We are an affiliate-centric organization, and that's kind of fancy language that just basically means that we're here to serve our affiliates. And out of the headquarters of the Autism Society, and we're based just outside of Washington, D.C. in Rockville, Maryland, although our team is really spread out across the country. We've learned from COVID also that the best people are often throughout the country, and so we have great people, and we're here to provide service to you, our affiliates, and then to your community as well. And I know Nicole and Pete will go into more details, but I know two of the favorite things that I personally think we bring to the table for the affiliates is number one is our information and referral helpline, which is a national helpline that you will be able to refer people to and will complement any type of information referral service that you may already provide. And we are in the process right now of upgrading and modernizing that helpline. And I was actually at a conference today where I met with some people that I think could be instrumental in that process. So our information referral helpline is one of our great attributes. And then secondly, our public policy and advocacy. We have a great leader on Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C., Delancey Allred, and we work very hard to advocate for our community on the federal level with our legislators. As you know, we are a nonpartisan organization. I like to say we're pro-autism, and we will deal with anyone, any political persuasion if they are open to helping our community. And so we have a great presence on Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C., and we have great relationships with many of the key congressional people, as well as people in different agencies like the Department of Education, and we're doing everything we can to try to preserve those services and other departments as well. So, I don't want to take up too much time, but I just want to thank you and welcome all of you. And, I'll ask Nicole to put my cell phone number in the chat, and, you're all free to reach out to me or Peter, Nicole at any time. We're here to help you. And again, welcome and thank you for your trust and confidence in the Autism Society.
So I'll say thank you, Joe.
Thanks, Joe. If I'm going to fill in maybe a few other things. And Joe, thanks for taking that on. I've known Joe for over 10 years. He is incredibly passionate, dedicated to this community. It's great having him as our CEO. If we can just jump to the next slide, we'll just go through.
Thanks, Pete. Pete, one thing I did forget to mention is that I am the parent of a 27-year-old young man who has profound autism, and my wife and I also have a son with Down syndrome. So when Pete says this is a passion, it truly is a passion for us. And when we speak about things, we speak from the heart, and we're right there with many of you, and we we're all in this together. So I didn't want to forget to mention that personal connection as well. Thanks, Pete.
Sure. And I'll just touch on a few points as we go through this. And, the Autism Society is the oldest grassroots autism organization in the US, starting in 1965 when a group of parents came together when very little was known about autism. It wasn't prevalent at the time. They banded together, formed the Autism Society. It grew organically, and as parents from around the country, as their children were diagnosed over the years, they banded together and started to form affiliates of what became a national federated nonprofit. And for over 6 decades now, the Autism Society has advocated tirelessly in support of the autism community. We do serve the entire spectrum. As you all know, it is an incredibly diverse spectrum, which has some challenges in trying to advocate for people that are such diversity, but there's also, a lot of commonalities and a lot of benefits to it. And we serve people across the lifespan. We know there are some organizations that focus on early intervention, incredibly important, but it's also incredibly important for the hundreds of thousands, millions of adults living with autism across the U.S., including as they become elderly. We talked about the mission of creating connections. We believe strongly in that, and our vision of creating a world where everyone in the autism community is connected to the support they need when they need it. And we are a federated organization, meaning that there's a connection between all independent organizations. Autism Society of America is the national organization and holds the trademark for the name Autism Society. And then each affiliate, approximately 70 of them, are independently incorporated and locally governed. And that's where when we spoke with Judi and Robbin, that ability for them to control, their area was so important. If we can go to the next slide. What do we do? And I'm going to go a little bit out of order here, but we advocate on the national level for federal policy, as Joe said, federal policy that supports the rights, independence, dignity, and full inclusion of all people on the autism spectrum. We've developed resources and programs on key issues where we had focused in our past strategic plan on first responder training, ensuring safety issues. So first responder and water wandering in what we called safety on the spectrum, which is a trademark name. Also health equity. We did a lot. We worked with the CDC for vaccine education during COVID to help ensure our community was safe. We have a national helpline that serves almost 10,000 people, providing supports and services. But most importantly, probably, is then providing that connection to local affiliates. So when someone calls our helpline, we provide any information they need, and then we always let them know if there's an affiliate serving their community. And our last area and most important is we collaborate with and support our incredible network of affiliates across 34 states, the District of Columbia, and Puerto Rico. We're connected with our affiliates through the federation model, shared mission, vision, values, shared public policy. That's one of the strengths of having a federation. We don't all have to come up with our own, and we all speak in one voice. And just on a side note from that, the Autism Society also works with many, many, many disability organizations, and Joe is actively involved in this, her CEO. I'm working with other disability organizations so that we have a stronger voice. We have a common brand, language, and marketing materials. Similar core services, information referral, advocacy, education, and then our affiliates generally handle in-person areas of community programming and local supports. and then shared national policies and communications on national items of interest. And the next slide, and then I'll pass it on to Nicole here in a minute. How do we support our affiliates? And I'll say really quickly, our affiliate network itself is incredibly diverse out of the 70 affiliates. Different size service areas from one county base to others serve entire states. Some of our affiliates are small. We have some that are all volunteer run. We have others that are very large, multi-million year in revenue and have a huge complement of staff. But we believe, as Joe shared, our greatest strength is the grassroots nature of the organization, and that our communities are being served locally by our affiliates and comprised of dedicated and professional individuals. Our affiliate leaders know their communities, and that's why they're self-directed to offer what's needed in their community. So we offer different kinds of supports for our affiliates for them to decide what they want to use and when. Some of those are affiliate connections, peer-to-peer connections, and we've already done that with Nicole takes the lead on that with Judi and Robbin, connecting them with their local California affiliates, but connections with affiliates throughout the country, shared resources, affiliate connection newsletter, just some development support, things like guidance and resources on revenue generation and diversification. We've provided affiliate-specific grants on occasion, revenue share opportunities for our affiliates. From an education and training standpoint, lunch and learns for our affiliates on different kind of topics. We have an affiliate-specific conference and all sorts of webinars we do. We have branded marketing materials on monthly topics and specific campaigns with resources for our affiliates, websites, newsletters, and social media, public policy, policy statements, action alerts. And our policy person, Delancey, works with Nicole and our affiliates in the state on state policy support. So each state doesn't have to recreate the wheel on what types of legislation are beneficial. And then just operations and governance on, running a nonprofit. We offer all sorts of supports on that. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Nicole. I will say Nicole is fantastic. Nicole is our first point of contact in working with our affiliates. They adore her. And I hope you at the Orange County affiliate and your community get to know her and see the value that she provides. So, Nicole, I'll stop talking here and turn over to you.
Thank you, Pete. I hope you all can hear me better now. I
Yay,
switched
yes,
over to my
Nicole,
phone.
we can.
Thank you. Thank goodness for cell phones. It's just not a good time to do the whole reboot. But just to kind of add to what Pete had mentioned about the supports that we provide, one of the greatest things that I love about my job is that I get to meet with our affiliates one-on-one, and then we get together as like statewide group meetings, and then we have our monthly meetings, and then we have lunch and learns, and it's just a great way to not only promote connections within our affiliate community, but also our individual nonprofit leaders. So it's a really great community. I am a previous affiliate leader myself. I used to run our affiliate in Tidewater, Virginia, which I'm still here in Virginia Beach, which is in the Tidewater, Virginia area. And actually, I spent the morning with them and took over one of their offices to be there to support them and to also, do the work I do. But it's just a great connection to have that background of as working and doing the work that Robbin and Judi are doing. I have a lot of experience with that. And I'm also a parent of an adult with autism, a new adult. He just turned 18. And it's just been a great journey to be that support in my community and now on a national level. And another thing that, we provide as far as our affiliates go, we definitely want to make sure that when each affiliate gets, the support that they need in relation to governance training, onboarding with new board members. Board members are fantastic volunteers who sometimes need just some initial training and onboarding, and we are that backup to provide those nonprofit best practices, understanding what it means to be a board member, your roles and responsibilities and things like that. But I also want to give a shout out to Gabby Cawley, who's also on this call. I know she's not speaking, but she is the amazing person who does the logo packs and the branded materials, and she's amazing. So she has been a great help with all of our California affiliates and all of our affiliates. So especially during this very busy month of autism acceptance. So we have that to lean on. But to speak about our California affiliates, with the addition of Orange County, we now have 6 California Autism Society affiliates, starting with, and I'm just doing this in alphabetical order, our Los Angeles affiliate. Each affiliate has their own niche, but they all provide core services, and that includes information and referral, community programming, support groups, advocacy, education and training. So, I mean, each one of them does it in their own way based on as Pete mentioned, the grassroots initiatives and their community needs. So with Los Angeles, they focus heavily on first responder trainings. The affiliate has worked directly with LAPD for many years to provide consistent safety training to police officers in order to improve and promote understanding and positive interactions with individuals with autism. They also do an amazing self-determination program. So in collaboration with the county's regional centers, the affiliate offers culturally responsive, plain language coaching to support individuals and families participating in this self-determination program. And there's a lot more details on their website. And if you want to contact Kim Sinclair, who is the executive director. Our Inland Empire affiliate is led by the amazing executive director, Beth Burt, and her team. They, just to highlight 2 of their programs, they offer what's called Future Pathways. It's an employment program, online 13-week training program that was created by the affiliate in partnership with a group called Divergent. The intensive program is designed to empower clients of the regional center on their journey towards meaningful employment. And then they host a variety of social and recreational programs. And just to mention a few, art classes, they do an online bedtime stories program, which is really cool. Meet and greets, teen groups, adult groups, parent coffee groups, just so many different things. So I encourage you to go to their website and connect with Beth and her team. And every affiliate is the size of the staff and the board may vary. So just letting you know that. But again, they each do their programs in their own unique ways. And moving on to San Diego, led by the incredible Teresa, and I'm going to butcher her last name, Contreras. She and her team, they have been offering aquatic programs, including a surf camp and family pool parties, where the entire family can enjoy, indoor pool time with free pizza and drinks. The surf camp is a one-on-one surf instructor for each person for a 4-day camp, and it's a really popular program. They also have their Autism Social and Mental Health Conference each year. They've been doing it for a number of years, and it is, a conference with experts from around the country. They talk about friendships and navigating relationships, mental health, grief and loss, autism in women, and social skills. The conference sells out each year. It's an amazing conference. And again, they do offer a variety of programs and supports, but those are just two to highlight. And then San Francisco Bay Area, they offer also a conference at Stanford University, which provides planning and support for adults with autism that have high support needs and related developmental disabilities. Some of the topics are legal and financial planning, public benefits, regional center services, self-determination, housing, medical, and psychiatric care. And then their community events, they have a ton. If you go to their website or their social media channels, you'll find them, but they host a lot of them. And most of them are free. And I encourage you to visit their website and see what they have to offer. Our Autism Society of Ventura County, they are gearing up for what they call their Ought to Run community event, which brings together over 3,000 people to provide connection, but also supporting their programs and services. It's their big fundraising event, but it's also an event to bring the community together. They also bring the community together through their Celebrating the Autistic Mind art show. So it is hosted at the Museum of Ventura County, and it showcases the talents of their community members with autism. So again, they all have their own unique way of presenting programs, and it's just a really cool way to engage. So please follow them, look at their websites. We encourage that local connection. The next slide, I believe, after this is just, speaking of connections, you have, I put in the chat Pete and myself and Joe's contact information, email address, and phone number. I just wanted to make sure each one of you had all three of our contacts. Please reach out to us if you have any questions. We are here to support our affiliates and our community. So that is pretty much all I have. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Hi, I'm Marley Chen with State Council on Developmental Disabilities. Thank you for introducing the new OC Asperger's iteration now, the new chapter, and wanted to talk about possibility of being part of cross-regional work, because that's one thing that as a state agency, we've been noticing that if we can bring together, there's a lot of overlap, but it's good to have overlap. It's good to have more information out there. It creates, it fills up the holes in the net, and working on making sure that there's no wrong door for anyone who starts in one location looking for services. There is that same trustable knowledge there. So if there's any calendaring or newsletter about the California affiliates, that would be wonderful.
So just to answer your question, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Nicole.
I don't mean to take it over. I just wanted to mention, so each affiliate maintains their own calendar, and they'll have their own newsletters, but they often collaborate with each other and do, regional work. I try to bring them together, but they're in constant communication with each other. I know Judi and Robbin are all connected with the other affiliates. So if there's something specific in mind, maybe you can collaborate with them, but it's definitely done.
I definitely
wanted
have
to say, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, Marla. I was going to say that, both Robin and I are participants in the local partnership agreement, the Orange County Local Partnership Agreement. And so I work pretty closely with Scarlett
Oh,
Von
yeah.
Thurn. And I think, and we provide our calendar of activities every month. So we'd be happy to meet with you offline and include the other affiliates and see if we can do something more mindful about how to collaborate with all of it. So if you can put
Yes,
your
I'll follow up with
I'll put
Robin.
my email. Yeah, I'll put
Okay.
my email in the chat and just follow up. And Robin and I would be happy to
Yeah,
round
that'd be
us all up.
wonderful. The big idea is to have a unified voice that can move things in Sacramento. So
Yeah,
it'd be great. Sort of like the LPA locally.
yeah. Are there other questions for Nicole and Peter and Joe? Guess you can continue, Robin.
Okay, great. Everyone can see my screen, I hope.
Yes.
So you're probably wondering, how does this impact you? So what we're hoping is that you will not feel any less service or love from our organization, but you will just get more, more, and more. So what is staying the same is the services we currently offer. Our leadership, we have the same board members and the same volunteers that will still be working with you. And we'll always have access to our recorded webinars since 2020. What is changing is that we'll be offering support to young children, teens, seniors, and across all abilities. We'll be collaborating with affiliates and national events. For example, next week, you can find it on our website, there's a water safety webinar that's nationwide, and that's on April 13th. We didn't have access to things like this before. So we'll also be giving access to experiences, best practices, and information from national and affiliates. So what that means is national engagement. We have campaigns that national will share with us, and we can highlight those. For example, there's a benefit. It's a package called a Danny Plan, and it puts together all of your kids' information from all the years of all the documentation that we all have in binders and probably all over the house and garage. It's called the Danny Plan. So we have access to share that with you. All of Judy's good work on Social Security can now be folded in to work with the policies groups that we have working with Washington, D.C. So imagine how much more power and voice we have being part of a national organization like Autism Society of America. Our affiliate partnerships, we had a wonderful event in Inland Empire in February while we were still in process. We weren't even yet approved as an affiliate. And Beth was fantastic having us come to their Boomers event. So for those of you that came, I know we had a wonderful time. There were lots of anime characters there, and it was just an incredible opportunity to meet people from across Orange County and Inland Empire. Also, Inland Empire is incredible. They have something going on almost every day. And my hope was that our members wouldn't have one or two things to do every month from our group, but something a lot more often. And it seems like they've got multiple things every week going on. We also worked with our LA sponsors to co-sponsor our upstairs comedy fundraiser that Judi put together for autism and entertainment. So our plans for the future, we're going to have very active Facebook and Instagram communications, more in-person get-togethers, and more support groups. So we really look forward to serving you in different ways based on what we learn from the other affiliates that we're meeting. Judi and I have been attending resource fairs to get our name out there and also to learn of all the services available in Orange County that we can present to you and our expanded membership of all ages and all abilities. So before we go to questions, I just want to really thank Judi for building an incredible organization that made me feel so supported with my family. My daughter is a ABA therapist, and my son is an adult on the spectrum. I also want to thank Joe, Pete, Gabby, and Nicole for helping us get here. We're thrilled to be part of this organization. We can't wait to pay you back by giving to you instead of just taking your support. It's been so incredible becoming an affiliate, and we thank you.
Hey, Robin, if I could have control of the screen, I'd like to share our website because some people are asking about things and I want them to see what it
Okay.
is we can offer. So, great. So in case you missed it, this is our beautiful website, and it has all the new features that we introduced at the beginning of the year. Specifically things like how to make a plan, where you can watch my annual presentation and figure out your own plan, and with all sorts of different areas that you might need to put a plan together for yourself. As Rob mentioned, all our webinars are available, and you can even search. So if you're interested in a webinar on trust, let's see. There you are. There's some different webinars that we've had in the past on trust. Also, as we expand the organizations, those are also available for you to search and find an organization that provides the supports that you need. And then also we are connected to the Autism Society of America's website, so you can easily access that. And then I wanted to also show that if you go back to our home, and also it's available here in terms of get involved, is our events calendar. And we are posting not only our own events, but events that are happening across, I guess now the nation, in terms of it's not just the Autism Society Orange County events, but we have I'll go back and show you this swimming event here, and with details and links, and we'll be doing that for other of the affiliates, as well as other organizations across Orange County, because we know there are a lot of resources out there for you and you need to have access to them. Any questions on that? Thanks, Robin.
Thank you, Judi. So does anyone else have any other questions?
Yeah,
I know
and
we're getting close to the end of the meeting.
Robin,
Danya?
Danya has a question.
Okay.
So I see in the schedule, I think April 19th is when the next event is gonna be at Chase Coffee, but like as a get together. But I see like how it's located near Fullerton. So I'm wondering, do you know any of you like know any other like Chase Coffee areas that the event or gathering is taking place in, or is it just like by Fullerton?
Yeah, it's just in Fullerton right now, but we're going to be adding lots more events around Orange County. And that's why we've been going to those resource fairs to learn more about what's out there. We've kind of been focused on the Irvine area lately, and we're going to expand that. So thanks
Oh,
for your
okay, all right.
question. But hopefully you can come. And I know we're running out of time, but if you have any other questions, feel free to contact me or Judi, and you can reach us through our website.
And we can stay on a few minutes longer if
Yeah, we
need
can
be,
stay on.
so.
I know some people may have other meetings to go to, but I truly, truly appreciate you coming to this meeting to hear about this. I know change is hard, but we promise you we are still doing all we can to help our community, and now we have even more strength and support behind us. So I'm hoping with all my heart that you can feel much more connected and much more heard as we go forward. Thank
And
you.
I'd like to encourage you to get involved, because the more engagement that we have from every single one of you, the more that we can do. I mean, I'm already feeling twice as strong having Robbin now as president, so I have more time. But but if we had more people involved helping, then we could do more than just Fullerton, and we can do more than this and more than that, because we need people to help organize and staff and create more activities. So the more you can engage, the more that we can do for you.
Okay, thank you everyone, and special thanks to Autism Society of America for joining us and providing information. We really appreciate all your support and look forward to working with you all. Okay, everyone, take
Thank
care.
you.
We hope to see you soon.
Thank you,
Bye.
Thank you
everyone.
thank you very
Okay.
much. Bye.
Thanks
Bye-bye.
so
Good to
Bye-bye.
see you.
much.
Good to see you, Marley.